but we might have like 3 days of afterthoughts.
That's true. Yeah.
Okay, we're recording, I think. Yep, we're recording.
Okay.
And just the two of us.
Okay.
And today's podcast was really cool, I think. I enjoyed it. I think we talked about a lot of topics, and we had a surprise guest.
You never know who's going to ring the door. And
Right.
I'm glad that we got a few unexpected takeaways from the person that just walked up, Steve Duble.
Steve Duble was doing door knocking and knocked on our door, and we said, come on in. We're doing a podcast. You can join us.
And for those of you who don't know him, he's running for Harris County Justice of the Peace, and he's already been in a seat.
Yeah, he is Justice of the Peace and has done a lot of stuff. And my personal knowledge is Steve's a good guy.
Yeah, Precinct 1, Place 2.
Yep. Precinct 1 has a lot of places. I think it has 4 or 5, but I'm not sure.
Sounds like it.
We need a lot of JPs in this area, which means he's downtown in that area. Alan Rosen is the constable for Precinct 1, and they go with the JPs because the constables and JPs are the law enforcement / judicial part for the districts.
And Judge Steve Duble is trying to make courts accessible to everyone, and he goes over some of the ways that he's doing that in the podcast.
And so that'll follow right after this. But we were sort of happy to have the unexpected presence of Judge Duble. I have trouble calling him Judge Duble because to me he's Steve. Yes, I do know him. Anything else you want to comment on?
No, I think that's great.
Okay.
think that's good. Yeah.
Bye again.
Only so much we can do to decompress.
And another very special guest.
The next horror from America.
So this politician was walking around and he said his husband is running, and I said they could come back and do a commercial.
Oh, well, hey,
right.
there you go.
Okay,
Bring him in.
okay.
We do have a special guest. Come on in.
Yes, I'm Robin Mack.
Surprise. Hey, we didn't know we'd be doing an endorsement today.
We are very flexible.
Well, I mean, you got to be. Life is life is a box of chocolates filled with those ones you don't like, and then one that you are okay with.
And we'll send it to you when we got it out.
And you said the last name's Matt?
Mac, M-A-C-K.
What was your first name?
Robin, like
Robin.
Robert, R-O-B-I-N.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Hi.
Howdy.
And,
How are y'all?
and see,
doing good.
and see, our biggest thing is
Steve, good to see you again.
Go ahead.
Tell me your name again. We've
Kuma.
Kuma? Yeah.
I'm Mel.
And I think we've met. And I know you were on
I'm
the streaming
Alexis.
committee.
We have certainly met.
Yeah. How are you, Alexis? You want me to sit here?
Sure.
Yeah.
All right. These are prescription, but I took them off.
Oh,
Do you want a water?
I'd love a water.
Yeah.
It's a little hot out there.
With or without ice.
Oh, no ice.
Scoot up a little bit. We're live.
Oh,
Well,
we're
sort-
live right now?
we're being
Oh, I'm sorry.
recorded.
Hi, everybody.
yeah.
So
We're
so-
recording a podcast. Yeah.
Yeah, and so basically the way we do this is we have conversations with friends about all sorts of weird things. You walked into the middle of a conversation about ghosts, UFOs, horror movies.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I think it's sort of like politics.
Let me get a towel.
Oh, yeah.
So what are you running
Just
for?
watched The Shining the other night, actually.
Oh, nice. Good one.
Scoot up a little bit.
Okay.
Okay, that should be good enough.
We just got done talking about the lingual ears.
I don't know the lingual ears. Is
Oh,
that the
Stephen
one?
King.
Oh, okay. I haven't seen that one.
So we'll do a quick little commercial.
Okay.
And then it'll take a minute for us to edit it and get it out. And we'll make the sound good and stuff, but we can, if you mess up or anything, we can just take it out. It's not a big deal.
And if you mess up really bad,
You
we'll
just get
enhance
me.
it. I'll send it to Maria. You know Maria Gonzalez, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. If you said no, I'd be like, okay, wait a minute. Is this
English
a clone?
teacher, English professor at U of H. Right?
Yes.
Okay.
Is this a clone of you?
Okay, so let's start it like this. Welcome to 22 Sides. This is Robin Mack.
And I'm Alexis Melvin.
And today we have a
Surprise
guest.
guest.
A guest surprise. A surprise guest. Going door to door, meeting people. A local politician that's running for
Justice of the Peace. Took office in 21, and I'm running for re-election, collecting signatures today to get on the ballot for re-election for 26.
And what's your name?
Steve Duble. D-U-B-L-E.
So when can we vote for you?
You can vote for me in February. I can't remember when early voting starts, but the election, I think it's
coming
March
up then.
3rd. It's
Yeah.
on my thing, but I'm like March 3rd.
Okay.
March 3rd.
And we'll make sure to list the specific information.
We're
in
all
the show
checking our notes.
Yeah, yeah. So Steve, if you were going door to door and our listeners got to actually meet you, shake your hand, and they were home when you got there, what would they hear that you're up to such that they would vote for you?
A lot of them, it's interesting. Once they hear the word Democrat, they grab my clipboard and they sign it. Others want to know a little about me and they want to do a little research. I'm like, give me 5 minutes. I think I can convince you. And you can go check it later. But I've done a lot of innovation since I came into office. There are 16 JP courts in Harris County. So there's 8 JP/constable precincts with 1 constable for each and 2 JPs for each. They're spread out all over town. I'm the only one downtown. I'm urging the county to move it out of downtown because I think it's an access to justice issue. It's hard to park there. We're blocking the ballpark. I'd love to be just a little bit out of downtown. The others all have free parking. Anyway, I've brought in tons of innovation since I've come in. I immediately applied for a grant from the National Center for State Courts for an eviction-diversion grant. We got it. It's worth about $500,000 to the county, and it placed a full-time eviction diversion person in my court and a full-time one in Judge Lozano's court, who took office the same time I did. We applied for it together. And we also have a national bank of experts that help us create our program, which is constantly evolving. We also just got a grant from Fines and Fees Justice Center to do ability to pay determinations and create a video that can be used throughout courts all across Texas. The law is already there that somebody making minimum wage should not get the same fine as somebody making $100,000 a year. But there's few people that really robustly are doing these ability to pay determinations. They might put it in the fine print, but people don't really know to ask for them. So we've created a new form working with some national experts that's 2 pages, very simple. If they're on any public benefits, that fine goes to 0 or nothing. And if they are low income, and we've got sort of a chart, if it's lower than $35,000, that fine is going to be 0, less to nothing, because it's just fair. And that's the law is already there on that. So we're very aggressively working on that program. Let's see, we got a grant from the Texas Bar Foundation that I applied for, and that put a resource center in our at 1302 Preston, where my courthouse is, on the first floor, and it's open to the public. There are 5 public use computers with 5 printers, and I have a full-time resource manager, and we've got volunteers coming in and out of there all the time. You can actually sit down at this Texas Legal Service kiosk that's in there, and for 5 hours a day, you can real-time live chat with a lawyer, not AI, a real lawyer.
Wow.
And so we're doing all sorts of things like that. I've only touched on some of them, but access to justice has been my big focus. And one thing I'll point out that we do, when we send out citations, say for an eviction case, I slide in a purple sheet of paper so it stands out with my letterhead on the top, and I've got a QR code that takes them to the intake for legal aid for evictions, which Harris County funds, and I've got a QR code that takes them to our eviction diversion coordinators intake. So we try to do the interventions before they even come to the courthouse. I do all my hearings hybrid, which means the notice goes out with a QR link. You don't have to ask for it. So we don't know the day of the hearing whether they're coming live, by Zoom, or at all. We just want them to come. And I also don't lock the doors as soon as the hearing starts. If they come in 30 minutes late, I usually have not gotten to it yet because I give a little cushion time, and we're doing lots of interventions, especially on evictions, before they get there. The other thing I forgot to mention is we are hosting a pilot program through South Texas College of Law. They got a moonshot grant for $1 million from the Texas Access to Justice Foundation, and it puts a live lawyer in our courtroom. Every debt docket, we have a ton of debt cases. Debt makes up half of all litigation in the U.S. And we're talking about credit card debt or payday loan type stuff that is sold to what I call vulture funds. So it might flip 4 or 5 times, and they're buying it for pennies on the dollar, getting super aggressive in courts like mine, doing collection efforts. So we have a lawyer there, and if they meet the poverty level, I think it's 125%, they get free representation. If they don't, they get some on-the-spot legal advice. I always steer them to texaslawhelp.org. It's the best place to go. If anybody asks you for a legal question, go there. They've got guides on all sorts of things.
What was that again?
texaslawhelp.org.
Okay.
We work with them closely. In fact, when I see a need and I don't see a guide, I call them and I'm like, we really need a guide on this. Like, for instance, people don't know how to sue a corporation, and it's really hard to figure out. It's not easy. So we're working with them now on creating such a guide that tells you how to go to the Secretary of State website, how to look up the registered agent, and what the importance is. Because people just think, well, I dealt with this salesman, and they'll put their name down. And I'm like, that's not. 2 years later, it comes to trial, and they've wasted all that time.
Yeah.
So we're trying to help people on the front end get it right. Giving legal information is never giving legal advice, and we're very proactive on giving that information.
What areas are we going to see you on the ballot?
At the bottom.
Well, I knew that. It's a JP.
Yeah. So, areas. So my area is precinct 1. So
Okay.
it goes all the way from downtown. It goes down to like Westview.
Does that match
almost by
the
Constable Rosen.
Constable precinct? Okay.
Yep. And it goes all the way up to Acres Home and River Oaks. So I've got the poorest and the richest. I got Cashmere Gardens, and
So that would be Harris County too. Yeah.
it's 800,000 something people, and I live in the bubble that was Kamala plus 40 in the last election. So my contest will always be on the Democrat primary. If I have a contest, nobody's filed yet, but I've heard rumor I might have an opponent.
Just a quick question about that. That's a lot of great information. How do you deal with like special populations in terms of language, access to law for different languages, as well as disabilities or communities like women have a lot of trouble accessing legal advice, trans communities, that sort of thing?
So on language, I'll point out that Texas Law Help kiosk that we have.
Yeah.
And they have these all over the state. I think our court and Judge Lozano's the only JP's courts hosted them. They're looking for other locations where there's the need. But you can toggle to 3 languages. And you don't even need to go to the kiosk. You can pull up your laptop and go to texaslawhelp.org. And you can go English, Spanish, and Vietnamese. You just toggle at the top and it flips to that language. We do most of our access to justice forms we do in at least English and Spanish. We're trying to be more proactive about inviting people to call the court and ask for an interpreter so we don't find out the day of. A lot of times if it's a civil case, I have a lot of bilingual staff, and I offer to either reset and bring a official certified court reporter, or if you're comfortable with it, this clerk here will do it, or a family member can do it. And as far as everything else, we work with all sorts of organizations, including, he's going to not be happy with me. I've forgotten his name, who's in charge of the Disability Texas Rights org. And we work with a lot of organizations to do what we can to increase access to justice. Again, some of the national orgs we work with that help us on these things, be on the cutting edge, or National Center for State Courts, Pew Charitable Trust. I found out, I didn't know about this, but before I took office, I had no idea there is a very large academic community across the country and data analysts that are actually studying courts like mine. And we're happy to partner with us and work with us because I've said this is all public information. You can have free access to all our data. We'll work with you. I actually have a full-time data. He was full-time. He's now in law school. Part-time data guy. He started as a hobby intern with us, and we're scraping all sorts of information that I didn't know you could get. And we're working with county leaders to try and make it transparent where you can go to a dashboard and see all this.
Fantastic.
Okay. And so what's the final message?
Vote for me.
Good end.
Okay, Steve.
Also, one more thing.
Okay, Steve. Vote for who?
Oh, thank you. Steve Duble. I'm very bad about this. D-U-B-L-E. It's double without the O. It probably was Duble somewhere before my ancestor got off a boat in Galveston.
Oh, I feel you. Got some Danish ancestry.
Can you tell us what that legal website is one more time?
TexasLawHelp.org. We have also, I'm a member of Stonewall Law, and I know they do some clinics, I think we have it now, but I've told them I want the intake stuff there, that we can at least do referrals from our courthouse. If y'all have ideas, we're open to it. We also have a lot of volunteers that come down and work in our court. Right now, we have a unique program with Houston Volunteer Lawyers that started in my court, where big firm lawyers will come to every eviction docket. And I send the parties out to try and cut a deal. Because a lot of times tenants don't know they have leverage and they don't know how to play that leverage. And those lawyers can help them play that leverage. And they just sit down with the property manager and they're like, hey, if he agrees to move out by this date, will you waive back rent? You know, you just come up with something that's a soft landing and a win-win for everybody. And sometimes it's agreed payout. And it's been a very successful program.
So Steve Duble, the guy who will work for you to win-win. You're voting on. It's important. We want to know why to vote. We want to know who to vote for that's going to really vote for us in the end, right? And how we can support you. So thanks for stopping in today. And if there's a politician at your door, I'm not saying answer it, but I am saying vote for Steve.
And I forgot to mention, I'm the first gay JP, or at least open gay JP in Harris County history. That's not why you should vote for me, but I think it is important to have people at all levels.
I mean, it's why everyone at this table would.
I would hope you would vote for me for all the great policy I'm doing. It's just a bonus that I'm getting.
It's always a bonus, people.
And one of the things, and I've added this to a couple of my talks, you got to remember we have a lot of people, and when I say we, I'm talking about everyone, that actually are paid to work for us and support us. All the way from the president, who, in my opinion, not doing a good job of supporting us, down to the JP, which is pretty much the lowest level. That's why you're at the bottom of the ballot. But the JP is more likely to be able to help with stuff right away than the president.
Yeah.
Right.
And I mean, we had a situation during COVID when there was a problem with a lot of, or it was just before COVID actually, a lot of transgender individuals being evicted because they were transgender individuals. And one of the JPs said, you know what? I'm going to think about this for a few months. And all of a sudden, the property owners are like, well, what can we do? And they came to some agreements on how they would do it. And it was very simple, very straightforward, because you can sit on it, if you want to.
Sort of.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
all I have discretion for is pushing things 1 week, and I sometimes use that discretion if I think it'll help or the person needs a little more time.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming in today, and we will put your contact information in the show notes. And sharing is caring. Getting people out to the voting polls can make a difference because some of these seats only win by a few votes. And so look around for those signs out at the voting polls around February for voting for Steve Duble.
Thank y'all.
Thank you.
Good door to knock on.
Yeah.
All right.
Stepped right into your endorsement.
And if you're looking for a videographer,
yeah,
Awesome.
I teach video. I also am a videographer and tech person. So
And we'll send you Mel's information
Great.
when we send you the podcast.
And I'm going to check out the podcast. It is what again?
22 sides.
22 sides. All right.
Yeah. 22sides.com, but it's also almost any place that you would see a podcast.
What's with these number balls?
22 sides.
Oh, that's okay. All right. I'm not very good at math. All right.
We aren't either. It's only 20 sides, actually.
it's okay.
But no one ever
Politics,
figured it
you
out.
don't have to know math.
Thank y'all very
Thank
much.
you.
How was the caucus meeting the other day?
It was fun.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Did Evan drop this off? All right. Okay.
Have a good one.
Great seeing y'all.
Great seeing
Bye-bye.
you.
And that was fun.
Yeah, awesome.
So when will it air, or did it just air?
I think we'll probably.